Coach, thanks to Fashion Furniture River Park, there's nothing like it in all of California. Coach, how do you explain what happened there at the end? You've got a 5-point lead with 3.5 minutes left, and they score the rest of the points in the game.
Well, Paul, I think it gets down to urgency. I think it gets down to guys understanding until we take the next step in this program and understanding, okay, how important it is to finish our games. And we talk about finishing all the time, okay, and you know, it's going to be on our guys. We got older guys at the end of the game not understanding the urgency to finish out games right now. We're not talking about freshmen. We're talking about older guys, okay, and they got to do their job. You got to do your job. You're up 5, end of the ball game, you got to close it out, okay? You got to close it out. Okay, no different than the way we do in practice. You got to score, stop, score. We're at the free throw line, we get a score, now we got to get a stop. Okay, so, you know, that's the next step for our guys. They got to understand the urgency to finish it out, and again, until an older player, okay, help some of those young guys, okay, figure that out right now, because they played a lot of minutes. They played a lot of minutes to this point right now. So that's the next step for us. Guys got to understand how important it is, each and every possession.
How'd you feel about your shot selection on those final few possessions?
Well, I mean, down the stretch right there, I mean, we could have had a little bit better execution in terms of what we were trying to get done. Okay, we wanted shots at the basket. You know, we got the ball at the post. You're not gonna draw up any play that's gonna get a shot at the rim. I mean, there's not one play, and there's not one coach gonna put you right at the rim. Okay, you got to make a play at the end of the game. Okay, we got to continue to get better with it. At some point, we'll have somebody step up and understand how important that is. Okay, all we can do is put you in the right position. You got to play and finish.
How much did you feel it hurt you to have Upshaw pick up the technical when he did, and then have him unable to help you the rest of the way?
It's just growing. It's a growth curve. You know, our guys are taught not to talk to officials. Okay, only the coach is going to talk to officials. And you know, if that calls for tough lessons to be learned, then we'll do it. We'll do it every single time. Okay, you just play the game. As a player, you play the game. Okay, if there's any communication that's going to go on with the officials, be with the coach.
You talk about finishing a game. Tyler here next to you did a great job all night on Damon Starr and held him scoreless for most of the ball game. He wanted it late. He got to the free throw line, got a couple, and then he made the biggest shots of the ball game. Is that what you're talking about, that you want your guys to do? Is that what Damon Starr did tonight?
He's a senior. I mean, he's a senior. He stepped up. He's their leading scorer. He's the best player on the team. Okay, and when it got crunch time, he made a play. He made a play, got to the line, he finished out the game. And they had older players, though. I give them a lot of credit. Don't take anything away from what they did. They hung tough. And they've been a lot of close ball games all year long, too, with the older group. They just found a way to get it done at the end of the game. They're main guys.
How do you channel this, looking forward to a big challenge that everybody in the community has been looking forward to for a long time next Saturday night?
I mean, you can't be excited about playing any college basketball game, okay, then, you know, you shouldn't be here at Fresno State. I mean, you know, just because it's UCLA, it doesn't matter. This game right now tonight was a big game. Every opportunity you have to play a collegiate Division I game is an unbelievable opportunity. If you're not excited about that, then something's wrong.
You've got Tyler in here. I imagine you were as impressed by his hustle and leaving it all out there the way he did tonight, the same way we were.
Tyler does. I mean, I can never fault his effort in terms of how hard he tries to do it and work. And, you know, right now he has to take some possessions off from time to time because he's playing so hard. But there's never a time that he doesn't give us the effort that we're asking him to give us right now. We do need some more leadership. We need some leadership at some point. That's the one thing this team is lacking in terms of guys stepping up and want to take a leadership role. Guys that have played extensive minutes since I've been here, okay, they got to take on some ownership in what's going on right now. It can't be just the coaches wanting to win so bad. We've said that to them before. Instead of not saying anything right now, I said in front of the team. Okay, they got to want it as much as we want it right now. Okay, and that's just the bottom line.
Hey Tyler, we hear frustration in Coach's voice, and I see disappointment in your eyes. Can you put into words what this feels like tonight and how you guys are handling it?
I mean, Coach said it best. It's just disappointed. We put ourselves in a position to win the game up 5, 3 minutes to go, and the coaches aren't out there making plays. It's the players, and the coach puts the players on the floor that he feels gives you the best chance to win the game, and he put the older group out there, and still, like he said, nobody stepped up, and we gave up 2 straight scores, tied it up, got another empty possession. They scored, so it's frustrating that we don't have that type of urgency throughout the whole game. I mean, you saw glimpses of great defensive possessions, and then when we really need it most, just break down. So, I mean, you can only say it's frustrating.
We'll go to Andrew Martin from CBS 47.
Coach, on defense, you guys seem to play well in terms of 9 turnovers versus 18, 9 steals versus 2. For the fifth game in a row, you guys held an opponent to under 60 points. So would you say that even though it's not a quick fix, it might just be picking out better shots on offense or getting everyone meshed together?
I'll say make some shots. I wouldn't say better. I wouldn't say figuring out some offense. It's not the offense right now. Guys got to step up and make shots. We've talked about that already in terms of working on game preparation shots that carry over in the games. And you got an opportunity to step in. You got to make it. I mean, again, at some point we'll come together and guys got to step up and then do it. I think again we got some great looks in the first half. Okay, we weren't able to capitalize on those. Okay, we got great looks in the second half. Just got to make some shots and finish possessions. That's what it gets down to.
11 games into the season, does anybody on the team not have a green light if they have a wide open look?
Well, I mean, I think we've settled in terms of our roles, what we're expecting from guys, and when we want to take shots and what's not a good shot. I mean, I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit there and pigeonhole guys and say you can't shoot, because I don't want a guy that's afraid out there playing. I want a guy that's going to play with instincts, going to make plays. Okay, if you're out there on the floor, we expect you to execute and be a guy that's confident if you're out there to get it done.
So in terms of fixing this for obviously the UCLA game where you have a week off until the next game, how do you get the guys to not only feel confident, but like you said, have those shots fall so you don't shoot 30% from the field? I
mean, there's no secret to it. You got to go back and just work, man. You got to work. You got to play practice. You got to play practice just like it's a game. Okay, so when the game comes, you have carryover. The game's the easy part. Okay, you got to put the work in. You got to understand how hard you have to work to do it. And we've been working. Okay, but we have to have carryover in the games, and we got to have it for 40 minutes. We've shown throughout this year right now, at this point right now, that we could guard, but we got to do it for 40 minutes. We can't have a 3 or 4 minute lapse and expect to win a game. The game's for 40 minutes. We knew tonight, this opponent tonight, they've been in a lot of close ball games as well. Okay, we knew we were going to play for 40 minutes against these guys. So we're going to be a shortcut. We're going to be where you play a half. It's going to be 40 minutes tonight, and we didn't play 40 minutes. We got down to 36 and shut it down.
Robert Upshaw got those two fouls late in the game, but when you finished with 4 blocks, 7 points, can you talk about maybe the development you're seeing in those young post plays, Robert and Tanner, with the minutes that you're giving them?
They're getting better. They're young guys just learning how physical it is. How physical it is on both ends of the floor at this level. How hard you have to play and compete at this level. Okay, you can't take any plays off. And, the physicality of the game, and again, understanding how hard you have to go. Those post moves in practice are really important, how hard you go, because when you get in the game, it's not like a light switch where you can just turn it on and off. You better go hard in practice, and you'll have carryover in the game, and you have the same kind of shots. But those guys are getting better. They have to continue to get better on physical blockouts. Okay, tonight we got our rebound, 19 rebounds. We gave another guy 15 rebounds tonight. And a kid that we knew was athletic, and basically that's what he could do, and we didn't do the job.
And as the season progresses, are we going to see them getting more and more minutes, or are you happy with the time that they're getting right now in the production?
Well, I think as we move forward, our young guys have to continue to develop, and the only way they develop is through game experience and being out on the floor and learning what it takes to compete at this level. So those guys, they're going to have opportunities. And, they just got to continue to get better and continue to work hard.
Go back to Paul Leffler.
Well, Coach, as it was mentioned, you have a week. I think maybe there's still a few finals guys have to wrap up here. But going into that UCLA game, what is that primary focus, the message you want them to grasp so you're not having this kind of frustrated news conference a week from tonight? Well,
I think this whole preseason, and I think non-conference is about your team. It's about taking steps forward. It's continuing getting better each and every day. It's not so much about the opponent. The opponents you have in non-conference schedule, they prepare you for conference play. And we don't get caught up so much in who we're playing as we do with, we continue to get better. Guys were really challenged this week to get better offensively, to cut hard, work hard, play hard on the offensive end, because we play pretty hard on the defensive end, and we have through 11 games for the better part. But we have to continue just to learn how hard we have to go on offense and have the same confidence that we have on defense, on offense. And at some point, you know, somebody's going to step up and figure that out and understand how important that is.
Any other questions? Thanks, Coach.
Let's go,
Thanks, Coach.
Rodney Terry.